Hey everybody, NacroVMX here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that happened today. And I'm sorry if I'm not going to be as clear and concise as I usually am. I'm not reading from a script, and I'm not trying to be funny. So, like in the commentary videos, that's all off the cuff. But I'm riffing. And when I do things like movie reviews or videos where I'm just talking to you guys, I'm usually reading from a pre-written script. But I decided to just talk to you guys about this, just off the cuff, from, the heart, so to speak. And, today I got home and something unusual happened on YouTube. Now, one of the videos that I had put up was taken down by YouTube, and this is, it's not that big of a deal in the sense that it's like I have a couple of thousand videos, and one being missing is, it's like, who's going to notice, But the reason that I'm pointing this out is because this was one of the most popular videos that I had uploaded, with hundreds of thousands of views, hundreds of comments. It might have even been over 1,000 comments because the video was 5 years old. I was just looking into how old it was, and it was actually older than I thought. I'm looking at it now, and the first comment, which was received shortly after the video went up, was on September 9th, 2008. And, it's past September. It's October right now in 2013. So it's been 5 years since this video's gone up. So, my question to, this was the Custer's Revenge video for Atari 2600. It was the 200th video I ever did. And, this is silly. I mean, it was flagged by somebody, and, I guess YouTube, whoever saw it, had a bug up their ass and took it down. Which, to the person that flagged it, it's like, come on, get a life, As a matter of fact, I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm going to just do a quick search for Custer's Revenge and see what pops up. Because I'm sure there's a lot of videos of it. Now, I went through the community guidelines. Okay, so let's see. Not only are there 12,000 results for Custer's Revenge, but almost all of them show the gameplay, which is the questionable part of it, the part that contains so-called nudity. There's even a more high-definition remake that I could see with 14,585 views. The first video that pops up is from Machinima, a major YouTube partner, that they uploaded their video 3 years ago, and this was the top 10 most offensive games ever video with nearly 3 million views. So this is a game that, let me just put it to you this way. Unless you're looking for footage of it, you're not going to kind of just come across it. You know what I mean? Because it is an offensive game. And that was kind of the point of the video. Yes, I was making fun of it, and I was making jokes with coarse language like I always do. But the whole point is that it's an offensive game. It's a terrible game. It's a game where you control General Custer and you force yourself sexually onto a Native American woman who is tied to a cactus while dodging spears. Now, you could say, well, technically, yeah, that violates YouTube's community guidelines because it contains nudity, but this isn't real life nudity. It's not, I wouldn't even call it on the level of cartoon nudity. It's literally Atari 2600 graphics, and not even good graphics for that system. The cactus is a straight green line. The characters are made out of, blocks. The landscape is mostly a solid color with, some clouds in the background and like a little mountain range thing. The spears are like little lines that fall from the sky. They don't even go all the way down. It's an extremely primitive game. And it's honestly kind of like, drawing a rectangle and calling it a penis. Like, you're looking at the video now. There's a rectangle. I put up a white background with a black rectangle. That's all it is. It's a white background with a black rectangle. Now, I'm not saying this, but if I was to say that is a black cock, would that be against the community guidelines? Would that mean that this video would be taken down if I would just say, here, look at my black cock, look at this gigantic schlong? It's a silly thing. It's so silly. You know, to the person who flagged it, it's like, get a life. You know, I mean, I don't really hold it against that person so much, because it's like, you know, I can't get mad at people who do things like that. Life will get mad at people who do things like that. You know, I don't sweat the small stuff. What I'm kind of aggravated about is YouTube, because let me just point a few things out to you. One I already pointed out is that this video was 5 years old. It was 5 years and 1 month old. So this is not like, I can understand if a new video, you know, was taken down for something like that, but this has been vetted by the community for 5 years. It was one of the most popular videos, and I was still getting comments on it. As a matter of fact, most of the videos from 2008 people don't comment on anymore because they're so old, but you know, there was this whole thing where Howard Stern mentioned Custer's Revenge. Well, it wasn't Howard, but it was on his show. Sal the Stockbroker mentioned Custer's Revenge, and that was about the time that I started seeing a lot of views on the video and a lot of comments on the video. And a couple of people said, you know, Sal the Stockbroker mentioned this game on Custer's Revenge on the Howard Stern show, and I'm a big fan of the Howard Stern show, by the way, so that was kind of cool. He didn't mention my video, but apparently a lot of people who heard about it went to YouTube and they searched for it to see what the hubbub was about. And like I said, I'm looking at 12,000 results for Custer's Revenge on YouTube. So for them to single out one video and take that down, it is a little ridiculous. I also want to mention that this is one of the videos that YouTube actually offered. I'm a YouTube partner. I have been for about 2 years now. I was resistant against being a YouTube partner at first, and then eventually I became one. But I gotta say that I was offered partnership for a couple of the really popular videos. I want to read you guys, in part, an email that I received 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, on April 4th, 2010, from YouTube. It says, apply for revenue sharing for your video, Custer's Revenge, Atari 2600 with commentary. Dear NecroVMX, your video, Custer's Revenge, Atari 2600 with commentary, has become popular on YouTube, and you're eligible to apply for the YouTube Partnership Program, which allows you to make money from playbacks of your video. Once you're approved, making money from your video is easy. Here's how it works, and I don't need to go into how it works, but, you know, that was because, you know, YouTube was sending out videos in 2010, was sending out emails in 2010 to people who had videos that got their attention, that were trending upwards, and you know, I'd like to think that the people who were sending these emails out were not sending them out to videos that violate the terms of service, you know. Also, a little thing about being a partner. When you become a YouTube partner, you don't automatically start making money from your videos. You have to apply for monetization with each video. And what happens is you go to the upload screen on YouTube, and as you're uploading a video, there's a tab that says monetization, and you click it. And then, you know, there's a couple of options in there, but once you have it checked, there's a period of time where they review the video, and then it's approved for monetization. So, you know, this video has sort of been vetted 3 times. It's been vetted by the community because it existed as a popular video for 5 years. It was vetted by YouTube to the point where they sent me a partnership offer about it. It wasn't the only video that they sent me a partnership offer from, but it was one of the first ones. And actually, it might have been the first. I'm actually going to look into that now. And it was also vetted by YouTube that it was monetized, so the fact that they thought it was good enough to put an ad on is telling. Now, I'm actually looking at this now. It was the first video that they ever offered me a partnership for was a vlog, and another one was a James Bond thing, and then after that was Custer's Revenge. So it was actually the first commentary video that they offered me a partnership for. So that really says that, that was like one of the first videos on the channel that became very popular, and it existed for that long. It existed for 5 years, and then all of a sudden, my videos, they get flagged all the time because, maybe because I pissed somebody off, or they just don't like what I'm saying, and, almost every single time those flags are just, they get rejected. And that doesn't affect me, Every once in a while, I'll get a message like, well, your video doesn't violate the community guidelines, but, we're just going to make it age verified, which means that only people over 18 can see it, which is fine for the videos that they do that for, But honestly, this one, I mean, come on. Like I said, it's a bunch of, like, Atari graphics. There are like over 10,000 videos, over 12,000 videos on YouTube which contain footage from this game. So the nudity thing is ridiculous. I'm actually, like I said, I'm looking at the community guidelines now, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't it doesn't actually violate any of them, to be honest with you, at all. The thing about nudity, like I said, it's like taking a black box and calling it a penis. It's not even on the level of cartoon nudity. It's like if I drew a stick figure and did like a stick figure animation, something like XKCD, and then said, oh, by the way, they're naked. And then that got taken down. That's very silly, Very, very silly. So, I've appealed the decision. I don't expect them to really accept my appeal. I expect them to be obstinate about it. I expect them to keep the video down, but it's out of, it's the principle of it, it's not even about, like, that I need the video up. It's, I don't really care, I mean, if they would have said, look, we want you to take this down, I would have been like, alright, it had a good run, 5 years, you know what I mean? I have so many videos now that I don't think anybody's gonna miss that one, But, yeah. And if you want to say that, well, maybe, the community guidelines, it wasn't the nudity, it wasn't the game content, it was what I was saying. But, the language in the video is adult language. In most of my videos have adult language, some more so than others, but I have a lot of videos up that are just streams of curses, and this is nothing new. There are a lot of channels that do that. I'm not the first, I won't be the last. There are no community guidelines against cursing or offensive humor or joking about, offensive things. The only way that it would be violating the community guidelines for speech is if I was doing hate speech, which I certainly don't partake in. Like if I was using racial slurs. Well, even that is kind of like more of a free speech thing. They don't even take things down. But if I was trying to incite violence, then that would be hate speech, and they would take that down. There's a lot of hate speech videos out there that don't get taken down, which is kind of unfortunate, but I am a firm believer in free speech, so it's kind of like a gray area. Like, YouTube is a privately owned thing. They decide what their rules are, and I did follow their rules, and I have always followed their rules. Or if I was to making threats against somebody, that's very serious in the YouTube community guidelines. You can get in big trouble for that. Or if I was being libelous, although that would be, outside of the realm of YouTube. But, yeah, I mean, the community guidelines, like I said, I'm looking at them right now, and there's nothing on them. There's nothing on there that even comes close to being applying to that video. I'm sorry. I'm a little, like I said, I'm doing this. I'm not reading from a script. I didn't write anything for this. I just decided to do this out of nowhere. So, yeah. So I just wanted to say that it was bullshit. It was bullshit. I'm looking at this now. These are the categories: sex and nudity. And by the way, this is what they wrote: most nudity is not allowed, particularly if it's in sexual content. Generally, if a video is intended to be sexually provocative, which is not. If you find that, and I even said in the video that if you find this sexually provocative, you're a pervert who should be locked up. It's Atari. I mean, and it's offensive. It's not a titillating thing at all. And the video itself was intended to be funny. It is less likely to be acceptable for YouTube. There are exceptions to some educational documents. I mean, but they're talking about real nudity. I mean, even cartoon nudity. You see cartoon nudity on YouTube. I mean, and like I said, this is not even on the level of cartoon nudity. Hate speech. Refers to content that promotes hatred against members of a protected group. Racist or sexist content may be considered hate speech. There's none of that in my video. Sometimes there's a fine line between what is and what is not considered hate speech. For instance, it is generally okay to criticize a nation, but not okay to make insulting generalizations of people of a particular nationality. You could say that the game itself was a form of hate speech, but I did not make the game. I merely featured it, and not in a positive way. I condemn the game, and I said that it's actually offensive on several levels in the video, and so have many other people. Shocking and disgusting. I mean, they're talking about violence in that. I think it's disgusting on the level that the game was made, but there was nothing that I was saying that was shocking and disgusting. I mean, if you do, maybe you should be watching PBS if you think what I say is shocking and disgusting. And the example they're using is animals being slaughtered. I mean, I don't want to see that either, so I'm kind of glad that's against their rules. Dangerous illegal acts. There's nothing like that in the video. It's just a video game. Children. Obviously, there's no child porn, or there's no footage of children without parents' permission. Like I said, it's me playing a video game. So there's not that. Copyright, I mean, it's, if anyone wants to claim copyright on them, then, shame on them. Nobody should be claiming to own Custer's Revenge, because it never should have been made to begin with. But, if it got monetized, and like I said, this isn't a copyright thing, this is a community guidelines thing, so. Privacy, the video certainly doesn't, violate anybody's privacy. It does not, it doesn't identify any particular person. Like I said, it's a video game. Harassment. Certainly nobody's being harassed in the video. Possibly, I'm the one being harassed by the game. But I gave permission to myself to do that. Impersonation. I'm certainly not impersonating anybody. That's actually not to do with videos, but more like with channels. Like, some people have done that. They've made channels pretending to be me, and have gotten their channels taken down because of that, because, come on, really. And finally, threats. I mentioned that already. Nobody's being threatened in any of my videos. I have been threatened on YouTube many times. I don't take it seriously unless, and it's kind of like the same thing that I tell people at Kazara Studios, because we actually had a discussion about threats from people. And somebody asked me how do you know when to take it serious? And I said, if you feel unsafe, contact the authorities. It's sort of a case-by-case basis, but I have never threatened anyone on YouTube. I don't threaten people in real life. I'm not a threatening person, So that's silly. So that's literally it. That's the entirety of it. I can, like I said, the speech in the video, the actual talking bit, it's the same thing as every other video. It's me cursing and making jokes and that kind of thing. And, I know some people feel that, cause the game sort of does, it's a little rapey, and some people get offended by rape jokes, but it's if you're watching a video about a rape game from somebody who makes jokes, maybe you shouldn't be watching that video. You know what I mean? Why are you even watching it? If you're triggered by rape jokes, you shouldn't be watching a video of Custer's Revenge, Like I said, the person who did that, I can't get mad at somebody for flagging a video like that. I kind of wonder if they're going to be flagging the other 12,000 videos of Custer's Revenge out there, including videos from Angry Video Game Nerd, which also contains pretty much every other pornographic Atari 2600 game, or Machinima with, millions of views. I kind of wonder. As a matter of fact, like I said, I just mentioned Angry Video Game Nerd. I'm doing a search on YouTube right now. Atari porn. Oh wow, there's a lot. Okay, there's Angry Video Game Nerd. There's a whole bunch of people that have put up his video that are not him. That's a dick move right there. But all these videos are up there, So I mean, if he could do it, why can't I? If Machinima can do it, why can't anybody else do it? And it seems that everybody is every gamer channel seems to have a video on, Custer's Revenge or any of the. I mean, thankfully, I haven't done any of the other Atari porno games, but if I did, I'd probably take them down just to be on the safe side. To be honest with you guys, because this is getting silly at this point. Is this how politically correct we are? I mean, they used to sell this shit in stores, and now you can't even have footage of it shown on YouTube, which is ridiculous. So, like I said, all I can say to the person who flagged the video, I don't doubt they're watching this, but I doubt it was a subscriber, But if they were there, I would tell them, come on, get a life. I'm not mad at you. Life will get mad at you. Trust me. I don't have to get mad at you. I don't have enough energy to be angry at a person like that. But as for YouTube, this is, what they did was offensive. To take the video down is, ridiculous. And I just wanted to say, I wanted to make people aware of this. I wanted to tell people what was going on, and just sort of get it off my chest. Like I said, I'm not angry about it. I'm just kind of throwing my hands up in the air and just kind of rolling my eyes and saying, what the fuck ever, man. Whatever. It's I don't even have the ability to get upset about this. It's aggravating to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's this is the state of the world we live in, and what's good for one person is not good for another. We don't live in a fair world, and that's the truth of it. And like I said, I appealed the decision, and I will get a response from YouTube, whether they uphold their decision or whether they repeal it or whatever. And I will do a follow-up video to let you guys know. Maybe I'll put 2 squares and call them boobs in that video. I don't know. It's silly. It's silly. This is what we're reduced to as a society. I mean, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm just going to search tits. Yeah, I just searched for tits. And look, I'm looking at tits. Real tits. As a matter of fact, in the third video that pops up, right in the thumbnail, I see, nipples. Oh yeah, wow. Oh. I favored that video. Yeah, whoa, okay. Shit. I mean, she's in a wet t-shirt. Oh, it's a bunch of them. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're gonna save that video. And, that video's been up for a while. It's got 350,000 views, But Atari blocks, that they barely represent what they're supposed to be. Yeah, that's sad, I mean, come on, that's what we're doing. Add to favorite videos. Okay. I'm kind of glad I did that now. Now, what if I was to search for, vagina? What's gonna pop up there, I mean, it's just... Vagina. Oh, okay, the very first... Vagina piercing, vagina exam, how to exercise your vagina. And all the thumbnails are, vaginas. Now, a lot of these are educational videos, but... My point is, though... that's way more explicit than Lego nudity, because that's essentially what the Atari game is. It's Lego nudity, So, like I said, the video in no way, shape, or form does not violate any of YouTube's community guidelines, and I've let them know that. I really don't want to watch a piercing video, though. I just want to point that out. But, I mean, like I said, these kind of things are on YouTube. There is a lot of real nudity on YouTube. You have to go looking for it. It doesn't just pop up. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Like, I mean, if I was to search for penis, I'm not gonna search for penis because I'm afraid of what might pop up, but I'm sure the thumbnails will be full of penises because there's ways to see these things. So like I said, it's silly. It's silly. I'm done talking, and by the way, I just also kind of want to apologize for the lateness of the Halloween video because I got home from work very late. I just got home from work and literally saw this in my email. I did the appeal, and then I started recording this video. So I was started work at midnight. I just got home right when I started this video, basically. So I had a very long day, and I think that's kind of why I'm not upset about it. I'm too tired to be upset, but I'm going to put up this video and the Halloween video, and then I'm going to go to bed, and I hate to say it, but because it's so late, I'm not going to be able to do regular videos tonight, guys. I'm very sorry for that, but I got to be back at work at midnight. I have Kazara Studio stuff to do. You know, I have 2 jobs, you know. So, yeah. So, yeah, thank you for listening. If you made it through this whole video, I realize I've been talking for, nearly a half hour at this point, and I want to thank all the people that do support me, and, you know, to the haters, it's like, whatever, go watch something else, man, you know, like, who's got energy for hate? If you got energy from hate, you know, put that into something different, and you'll accomplish something, you know? Yeah. So, play some fucking video games, you know, go out, buy some candy, because tomorrow the trick-or-treaters are going to be coming by, you know, just have some fun on YouTube, because that's what YouTube's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about creative expression, creativity, fun, entertainment, you know, that kind of thing. I just do want to thank all the people. I have over 16,000 subscribers. I really got to close this vagina window. There we go. And, you know, each and every one of them, you know, took the time to watch at least one video and to say, I want to see more. And a lot of people did subscribe because of that Custer's Revenge video. And I want to point one last thing out, actually. Because the video was monetized, not only did I make money from it, not a lot of money, by the way, but I did make money from it. But that when you YouTube partner, you don't get all the ad revenue. You're getting a piece of it. YouTube made money off of it. YouTube made the bulk of the money. So I just want to say that if YouTube wants to take the video down because they feel that it is inappropriate, they should take all of the money that they made from the advertising on that video, because obviously the advertisers had no issues with it. Because whenever you apply for monetization, they check to see if it's something that's, you know, ad-friendly. They should take all the money and they should return it to the sponsors, because they fucked up then. If it really is a video that shouldn't even be on YouTube, then they shouldn't have approved it for advertising, and they shouldn't have made money off of it. It's honestly, it's kind of like if you put money in the bank, like you went into the bank and you started up a new savings account and you put $1,000 in your savings account, and then, you know, they made money investing off of it for a couple of years, and then they said, your money sucks, and your money is no good, and we're gonna close your account. And it's like, you know, they've already made money off of your, you know, you being a customer, you know. It's kind of like that, you know. So, yeah, like I said, I've been talking for a half hour. It's time for me to fucking stop. Enjoy the big fucking rectangle, you know. Maybe a couple of these can jerk off to that or something. VMX out, man. I'll see you guys in a little bit with the next Halloween video. And tomorrow we'll be going back to the Breath of Fire Let's Play and the, regularly scheduled stuff.